after 2 long days of driving, we're back from our vacation here at the shop, and we are ready to get back to work on the battle van. While we were on our trip, a lot of stuff came in. A lift kit, an RX-7, some tires, some wheels, and some wheels. And there goes the heater. Ow. Before we get into the really fun stuff of lifting the van, putting the off-road tires on it, we have to make it drivable, which means it needs an exhaust. Right now, it's open headers. Just to remind you guys, the purpose of this build was primarily to learn how to weld. So, we're beginning right now. Secondly, it is to raise funds for the all-wheel drive swap on the Rally Miata. And thirdly, it is to participate in the Gambler 500. Before we begin, I want to thank this build sponsor, Amino. Amino is pretty much the best automotive social media app. You can talk to car enthusiasts all around the world in open chats about anything. You can do quizzes about your favorite automotive stuff. You can do polls. You can share pictures of your build or talk about other people's builds or get questions answered for your build. You can pretty much do anything. On Amino, I asked you guys what you wanted to see for the exhaust on this battle van. It seems like you guys wanted a side exit exhaust. So let me show you what I think we're gonna do. It's pretty much just gonna be like a little side exit turned down like so. We might do something a little bit crazier down the line because this is a Mad Max style van. So like it's acceptable to do something crazy, but for now, I just want to get an exhaust on there so it doesn't sound like it's open header. If you guys are interested in downloading Amino and want to get more involved with this build, because I'm going to be continuing to ask for you guys' input and whatnot, I'll have a link in the description for you to download it. Thank you again to Amino for making this build possible, and yeah, go check them out. But let's go ahead and this is pretty much what we got going on. I got some crappy exhaust pipes from AutoZone. Ooh, that was a first. I got some O2 sensors, so we no longer have a check engine light. And we got the stock muffler, which is a little bit rusty, but it doesn't have a hole in it, so that's the important part. I don't really know how to get started here, but let's just start cutting and welding things. I don't have a cutting wheel, and it's 7 p.m. on Easter Day, so nothing's open, so can't go buy a cutting wheel, which means I can't cut metal, which means I can't weld metal and make an exhaust. In the meantime, I guess I'll go ahead and practice some welding on some spare metal and rip the rear bumper off. There we go. Ha. Oh. After way too much time, I have now learned that it is literally impossible to do anything on this car without an angle grinder. All right, well, let's come back tomorrow. Hey. Yeah. That's all I needed. Yeah. Wow, this thing has seen better days. Holy cow. Oh yeah, look at that clearance now. Let's do this. Yeah. We got ourselves a muffler with no rusty pipes attached to it. I don't know how well this muffler is gonna muffle, but it's gonna be better than nothing. And it's free! Headers, muffler, corner, turn down. Good way to make sure your angle grinder cuts are nice and straight. No more burrs. The size of the exhaust pipe is 2 inches. The size of the exhaust tip is 3 inches. So we have to weld a ton of these little adapters that make it go from 2 inches to 3 inches, but I have to cut them all down because it has to be in a very short distance because we don't have very much space. So the exhaust is built and all tacked up. Now comes the difficult and fun part of actually welding it up all together. This looks really jank, but thankfully you won't see any of that underneath the car. So yeah, I'm gonna weld it all together, and then we're gonna drill and weld in some O2 bungs, and then paint the entire thing, put it in the car, weld it up, make exhaust hangers, and we're done. Just finished welding her up. As you can tell, it doesn't look great, but it's strong. I was kind of getting the hang of it. I got the exhaust suspended where I want it to sit, so I'm gonna go ahead and find an exhaust hanger and then use this steel rod right here to make a little pull. You know, I don't know whether I should be laughing at this or if I should be proud of this, but you know, it works. It's got exhaust hangers. Let's just go ahead and weld them up. Since these rods are a little bit too thin at the end, I'm going to do a bead around them to make it so they don't slip off. Actually, in order to make this long hanger not floppy, I had the brilliant idea of putting a little brace on it. It's kind of a long story, but I got the wrong O2 sensor bung, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to weld this straight into the pipe. I'm just going to weld it along there and in the holes. It should work. I'm going to be careful not to use too much heat so it doesn't break the O2 sensor, but pretty much these are the wrong O2 sensors for the bungs I got, or the bungs I got are the wrong. It doesn't matter. Either way, I could either buy the right bungs or do this now. I'd rather just do this now, so. I'm giving it about a 30% chance that that O2 sensor is still good. Disclaimer, this isn't supposed to look good. It's just supposed to kind of keep it from rusting. That was a bit too sketchy for my liking. No check engine light. Hey. All right, I'm gonna try to get that one piece I missed, and then we are good. She runs a little bit rich.
Oh shit, okay.
No check engine light, so the O2 sensor is working, and it revs all the way up to redline now. So that's it. We'll come back tomorrow morning and swap that tire out for the spare. Ignore the shock that's not connected, just ignore that. And then we'll go take it for a rip. Well, I was gonna take the van for a rip down to the gas station now that it's finally running and driving. I wanna hear the exhaust. I wanna finally drive it more than 10 miles per hour. But, well, my friend's car's in the garage and I lost the key to it, so it doesn't move. I'm gonna get that tomorrow, but that'll have to wait. In the next video, we are hopefully installing the lift kit and the wheels and tires. We'll see how that goes. Speaking about lift, we got the new motor for the lift, so the lift will actually be working. A lot of you guys have been asking questions about the lift, like, it got installed, but you don't use it, like, what's going on? Well, pretty much, this is a 240 volt motor right here, and it was too expensive to get it wired in to the box over there. I was quoted $1,200, which is ridiculous. So Benpack sent me out a 120 volt motor, so we can just put it there and plug it into the wall right there, and we'll be all good. It'll work just fine, and yeah, just imagine this thing like 5 inches taller with those on it. It's gonna be sick, and that is happening tomorrow. So, yeah. I also have a couple little funny surprises for the van coming in tomorrow, so you'll see that in the next video. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. I realized on camera this exhaust doesn't sound very good, but I think it sounds really awesome in real life. It's quiet, but it has a good tone. There's a lot of rust in the muffler, which is what you see like shooting out every time I rev it. I'm sure that's not great for the O2 sensor, but whatever. Eventually it should all get blown out and we'll be fine. But the really nice thing about recording yourself welding is that it's really easy to see what you're doing wrong. So I'm definitely realizing that I'm doing too big of circles and I'm moving a little bit too fast. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy, give it a like. If you didn't enjoy, give it a dislike. I will see you in tomorrow's video. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. Lots of awesome battle van stuff coming up. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Peace out. Bye-bye. Move the RX-7 right here, so now I can get the van by without moving that. The end goal is to have shelves over here, so all the junk's on the shelves, all the spare cars park here, and then there's like a lane to go in and out right here. So that's kind of what I was working on. There's less space than you think.